In the 1960s, in a small suburban town in Ohio, there was a general store called Miller's at the corner of Main Street. In front of the store, amid the creaking shopping carts and the jingle of the bell above the door, stood two gleaming penny candy machines. They stood firm like loyal sentinels, their red and yellow paint faded but still vibrant enough to make any child's heart race. For Tommy, an 8-year-old boy with tousled brown hair and bright, eager eyes, those machines were a world of wonder. Every Saturday, Tommy clutched a single penny in his small hand, feeling the cool copper as if it held a treasure. The penny was often a reward from his mother, Ellen, for helping her clean the backyard or wipe down the kitchen table. "Choose your candy wisely, Tommy," she'd say with a smile as he bolted out the door, his sneakers thumping on the sidewalk. Standing before the candy machines, Tommy would hesitate, peering into the tiny glass compartments. Some held shimmering hard candies like jewels. Others were filled with gum balls shaped like baseballs. And then there was the special slot. The one that, every now and then, dispensed a larger candy wrapped in shiny foil. That was the big candy, the dream of every kid in town. Tommy would stand on tiptoes, slide the penny into the slot, twist the metal knob, and listen to the thrilling clunk-clunk sound. When the candy rolled out, big or small, he'd grin ear to ear, clutching his prize as if he'd conquered the world. Not every Saturday brought the big candy. Some days he'd get a tiny hard candy that melted in his mouth before he even reached home. But Tommy was never disappointed. The joy wasn't just in the candy, it was in the moment itself. The spark of hope, the twist of the knob, the anticipation of something magical. Tommy grew up, left town for college, and started a family. Miller's general store closed, and the penny candy machines vanished, replaced by modern supermarkets with neon lights and vending machines stocked with pricey snacks. But the memories of those Saturday mornings stayed vivid in Tommy's mind. Now Tom, a 65-year-old man with silver hair and deep lines around his eyes. One day, while driving through a small town on a business trip, Tom spotted an old candy machine outside a quaint shop. Its red paint was chipped, but it stood there like a friend from the past. Tom pulled over, rummaged through his pockets for a coin, then chuckled when he realized pennies were long out of use. Luck was on his side, though. In the glove compartment, he found an old, dusty penny still gleaming faintly. He stood before the machine, feeling like 8-year-old Tommy again. The penny dropped into the slot, the knob turned, and the familiar clunk echoed. A tiny candy rolled out, not the big one, but Tom picked it up and smiled. He unwrapped. It popped it into his mouth, and the sweet taste of childhood flooded back. Saturday mornings, his mother's laughter, and the simple hope a penny once carried. Sitting on a nearby park bench, Tom looked at the tiny candy in his hand and thought about his life. He'd lived through many seasons: spring, when he and his wife Sarah built their home together; summer, when he worked tirelessly to raise their kids; and now autumn, with slower steps and silver hair, but a heart full of memories. He realized happiness wasn't in the big candy or the grand successes. It was in the small moments, like a penny, like the clunk of the machine, like his mother's smile long ago. The penny candy machine didn't just sell candy, it sold hope, joy, and childhood dreams. At 65, Tom understood that life was like that machine. Sometimes you got the big candy, sometimes just a small one. But the real value lay in the journey, the excitement, the waiting, the belief that something wonderful was coming. Tom decided to share the story of the penny candy machine with his grandchildren. One afternoon, he took them to a local fair where a similar machine stood. He gave each child a penny, watching them stand on tiptoes, twist the knob, and squeal as the candy rolled out. Their laughter warmed his heart, as if little Tommy were standing there too by the machines at Miller's. "You know," he told them, "happiness doesn't take much money. Sometimes a single penny is enough to buy the whole world." The kids giggled, not fully understanding, but Tom knew one day they'd remember, just as he remembered his mother, those Saturday mornings, and the lesson that the greatest joys often come from the smallest things.
If this story resonates with you, please like, share, and subscribe for more inspiring tales about life's journey.